Hello everyone, welcome to Addy Trade. Today we're going to be seeing Nifty and Banknifty analysis for 20th August, Friday, as today 19th is a trading holiday. What I have opened here is the Banknifty chart, but before we go into the analysis, just want to show something interesting on both the charts, Nifty and Banknifty. I have opened the daily chart for Banknifty here. You can see the candle that was formed on Wednesday. It was such a big bearish candle, basically engulfing the entire price action that happened for almost 2 weeks, right? So we could be at point of some correction. We could see further dip on the downside based on this candle is what I'm concluding, and the same even in Nifty. After having such a big ride on the upside, right, finally we have one big candle, though it is not an engulfing candle over here in Nifty, but it's a very bearish candle at the top, which could be a bearish signal, and we could see some sort of reversal in the next few days or the next week. That's the basic view that I'm having for Nifty and Banknifty. We could be heading to some kind of correction is what I feel. Now let's just go to the individual charts. This is the 15 minutes Banknifty chart, and on Wednesday it was a very good trading day. Even if we had just traded based on the CPR, we had a rejection at R1. This is where we took our shots, and our first target was this. We had other levels marked, but along with that we also had the CPR levels, so we booked our profits at S1. Over here we didn't know that it will hit S2, but it broke that also and gave a good trade until S2. So that's for the Wednesday trade. It was a good trade on the downside. Now coming to tomorrow, Friday, I'm turning on the CPR. This is the tomorrow CPR. This one CPR shows tomorrow level, that is CPR is coming at these levels. So we have the pivot in this range between 35,840. I'm just going to shift to a 5-minute chart just to see further resistance on the upside or downside. See, we have, in case we get a short bounce and then start falling again, we would probably see some resistance here and also some resistance at this level, and this is also very much equal to the pivot level, right? So that gives us a better conviction this can be a short. I'll just put all the resistance in the red zone, and we also have some resistance here which is directly corresponding to R1 of CPR. So in case, see, all these levels have corresponding levels with the CPR. Over here we have R1 and CPR. Over here we have the pivot levels. So any bounce to these areas can be a short, and the targets on the downside is, the first immediate target I see is this gap getting filled. That is the gap which happened quite some time back. Over here this gap is there, that could get filled, and exactly there at the end of the gap we have S1. See, this is slightly, just look at the numbers where the CPR is fully shown. There's two things coming up, like today, and it's trying to show today CPR, but today Thursday is a holiday, so we will look at the CPR that is wide, and we have S2 levels. And one more thing is, we have a wide CPR, so most likely wherever we open gap up or gap down, we could be in a very small range, probably in a corrective sideways. We might have a sideways day because we had a good trending day on the downside. So because of wide CPR, it indicates we could be in a sideways day. That is just one possibility. And just looking at SGX Nifty, right, as of now, I'm recording this at Thursday morning 9 a.m. or 9:20 a.m. SGX Nifty showing a gap down of 204 points. I don't know how this is going to turn out by end of the day when the US market opens, but if the 200 point is true, then we will have a huge gap down. Let me just switch off the CPR. We're going to have a huge gap down. 200 points in SGX Nifty will easily give us around 500, 600 points in Bank Nifty. So when we get such a huge gap down, probably somewhere in this region at about 34,700 or 34,900, we will not jump into a trade immediately. We will wait for certain bounces. Say a huge gap down, say it will put us over here. Maybe we'll get a buy chance. Okay, if we get a good rejection candle at S2 on the upside, probably we can trade a buy until S1 or these levels. Or if we get a gap down and falling more is pretty doubtful. I don't see that happening nowadays so much. So if we get a huge gap down, we will have to wait at least for 1 hour of the trade and see, and then if we get good levels, try and short. Since we are seeing 200 points gap down, I just want to mark the other levels. Say we gap down below this, what about the levels over here? Based on the previous price action, we have a good support here and in this area where we have taken support many times. That's around 34,500. That is just in case we start slipping down. So these are the levels that I have for Bank Nifty. In case we don't get such a big gap down, what is being indicated by XGS Nifty, we get a normal opening. And if we get a bounce, these are the levels that I will look to short at. In case we get a huge gap down, probably there might not be a trade, but we'll wait for a short bounce for any of the CPR levels. Now say if this is, we gap down at S2, probably immediately there'll be some profit booking or something. Those who have gone short from Wednesday, probably the price might come until S1, take a rejection and then go down again. So we'll wait and short at any of the CPR levels. And we also have a wide CPR to keep in mind. Probably we could get a huge gap down and just remain sideways in this S2 region or this S1 area. So in case we remain sideways, we will not be taking a trade again. So these are the levels that I have marked for my trade on Friday. Now let's look at a Nifty chart. See, these levels were marked for Wednesday, right? And these levels work beautifully. Though we gapped up, I don't know if yesterday CPR will come here. See, though we gapped up, we were busy with Bank Nifty, so we never traded Nifty. But once this line, this resistance line we had drawn, right? Once this broke on the downside, there was a very good entry here with first target as this 16,590 and second target as 16,544. These could be the first and the second targets, which worked very well. So we have nothing to add in Nifty. Only thing that we can do is just mark the resistance all-time high and put a support line here at this level. So for Nifty the levels remain the same. And let me just turn on the CPR. Even Nifty, if we get a gap down, we are seeing a 200 point gap down. 200 point gap down is going to put us right over here at this level at the bottom, which there is a good support. In case we get a 200 point gap down, right, there's a very good support over here. So we might see some sort of reversal from here, because many times this has taken resistance here in this area, so it can act as a good support. So once we get, there might be a scalping trade available for on the upside, probably until this S2 or S1, and then probably if we get a rejection, we can short for the lower levels. But right over here, I don't think we will fall more, but we will have to see how in case this breaks, yeah, we would be heading lower, but maybe not on Friday, probably next week. But this gap down is exactly putting us over here, so we might get some sort of reversal from here is my view. So these are the levels for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let me just turn off the CPR. All the charts will be again posted on Instagram. You can go follow us there. And please do like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'll be coming up with more videos and more learning videos as well. In case if anybody hasn't watched this intraday scalping in futures and options using CPR, please do have a check on that. It gives good knowledge on trading intraday in options and futures. Based on that strategy what I use, you could have made a good money over here on Wednesday. So that's it guys for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.